Welcome to the TradeFit podcast, hosted by Les Clark Jr. from LCS Plumbing and Scott Rutledge from SKB Construction. Let's get into today's episode. Welcome to the TradeFit podcast, everybody. I am your host, Scott from SKB Construction.
And your co-host, the much better looking Les Clark from LCS Plumbing Cladding. You're going to get one up on me one day, I reckon.
Do you always laugh at your own jokes like that?
Oh, mate, I fucking beat my own drum all the time.
How are you, Les?
I'm fucking cold this morning, Scotty. I'm cold, I'm sore, I'm down, but we're going to get after it.
Yeah.
How are you this morning?
I feel like I needed another hour in bed.
Yep. That's because you're fucking old.
It's 20 past 7 in the morning on a Sunday.
Yep.
But I felt like I didn't want to get up, and I actually forgot to set my alarm.
Did
but
you?
I woke up at 5:33.
And you still got here on time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty impressed.
I woke up and didn't set my alarm, and then I checked my phone. I actually thought it was a lot earlier than it was. So I was a little bit disappointed when I looked at my watch and went, "Fuck, I've got to get up in a minute."
Yeah.
And
was your prostate screaming at you? Please, I need to wee.
I need to wee. Yeah. So no, I'm great. I've had a great week. I ticked a few boxes this week.
Yep.
A
closeout week?
No, I don't think. I did close up on one job. We had to go back and do some things that it's a long, complicated story, but a project in Mornington. We're another couple of days and we'll be out of there. And then, it'll be closed out by the time I go to Mongolia on Wednesday.
Oh, I forget you're fucking leaving us.
So a bit of last week was just getting myself prepared for going away to Mongolia for 12 days.
Nice. What are you doing in Mongolia? Sourcing resources to build or?
Yeah. My accountant...
Building some huts?
My accountant is being told that I'm going to source some stonework, I suppose. Or is there stone in Mongolia? There probably lots
sure.
of it. And sand.
Yeah.
Lots of sand.
Yeah. Nice.
We're going to be riding dirt bikes through the heart of Mongolia.
That's exciting.
The 7 days total on the dirt bikes.
Very good.
With Dale, another builder from 4D Homes. Shout out to Dale.
Hello, Dale.
Probably won't listen to me.
No. Maybe we should get him in here one day.
Nah.
See if he can talk as much shit as you and I.
Oh, he talks shit. He can have that bit. But and Dale and another mate of mine, Matty, we call him Tara.
Tara.
He's a Sparky.
Yeah.
So there's two of us, and then there'll be 10 other guys from around the world, I suppose. There's a couple of Yanks in there, I think, a couple of Frenchies.
So it's like a proper motorbike charter tour thing, kind of like what people would do top of Cape York.
Because a few people that have said, "Oh, how do you get your bike over?" It's like, nah, bro, we're not getting dirt bikes over to Mongolia, mate. We're hiring them. So there's the company that we're doing it through. They just supply everything. We just take our gear over, and then we just ride through. It's funny because I've got no expectation of what Mongolia is going to be like. Didn't really. I had to Google where it was at the start. I knew it was in Asia, of course, but I was watching a movie on SBS on the weekend, and it was some Russian guys in the Second World War that escaped from Siberia, a prison, and they walked from Siberia and through Mongolia.
I reckon I've seen that movie.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
So I got, if the movie was filmed in Mongolia, if it was, I got a little bit of an idea of what it's going to look like.
Did you get a bit of a stiffy?
I was actually excited when the movie, because I researched, because I started watching the movie and then I researched and I went, they're going to go through Mongolia all the way through to India. So it kind of almost crosses right the way through the path that we're going.
Yep.
So it was interesting.
Oh,
so I'm excited about it.
Very excited. You're feeling like you're going to get it all done before you get away?
It'll be fine. Like that's what Tommy will sort out the main side. Everything will be fine, mate. I'll go away, I'll come back, and things will be as they were, as they're meant to be.
That's it. Exactly right. Well, you can't control everything, can you?
We can't. Shout out to Will Shea for my prop cup.
Thanks, Wilbur. That's a very nice cup, actually.
It's got water in it, Will. It's got water in it, mate. All right, so today we've had a couple of podcasts. This is episode number 4, if I didn't say that at the start. And we just talked. The other ones, this time we're going to just base it around a topic. And we asked the punters maybe what they'd like to base it on. And a few people got back to us, and one of them got back with, when is enough enough? Within the business, when is enough enough, and where is the ceiling? Where is that point within a business when it feels like enough is enough.
Like a bit of a sweet spot.
Mm.
And when I think we were talking before, like, I think it's a very open-ended question. You know what I mean? Like a very open-ended topic. As in, where is enough? When is enough? Like, how many employees you got? How much work have you got? How much cash flow? How much outgoings? How much incoming? Sorry. It's very vast, right?
Yeah. It actually hurts my head just thinking about it right now because it's a topic you always thinking. It's always never far from you inside your head, is it?
No.
If you're driving along, it's always popping in. All right, when am I scaling up? Am I scaling down? Do people scale down? I think they do. I think really people are always trying to scale up, but without any real understanding of why they're doing it.
I think what's very interesting is you kind of don't really have the answer, do you? Ever? Like, where's like, have you ever had the answer as black and white and go, yep, this is where I sit?
Yeah, I did. Like, that's what a business plan. That's where people talk about a business plan, and entrepreneurial people sort of do them kind of things, don't they? Because they're driven. But since I did a business plan about 2 years ago, and I mapped it all out, and I had a person guiding me through it, and then I also had ChatGPT sort of help and guide me through it as well to help me put it all together. And it was a roadmap from where I want to be in 5 years' time, where I want to be in 2 years' time. I reached all them goals, and then I realised it felt really, to me, the business plan felt really rigid.
Yep.
And I was scaling up, and we had so much work on, and everything was great, and I put the right people in place, and then the work kind of didn't dry up because I've still got plenty of work and lots coming up, but it's definitely not. My trajectory has gone and it's kind of leveled off. Yeah. And I'm like, well, what do I do with that? And it's kind of organically happened. So I'm at the moment, I'm not thinking about where I'm going to be in 2 to 3 years' time. I'm just going with the flow again. Yeah. Well,
I think especially like when we came on board with SKB, you had like a fair few more dudes on. Or you had four extra dudes when we first started up.
But it would have been four,
maybe
more.
Five.
Maybe. There was a few.
And I suppose the way the world is at the moment, things aren't coming out, as quick as most people sort of thought and hoped they would be coming forward. Do you think that's to do with permits not like kind of being issued, town planning stuff, like
the cost of building?
100%.
We're in the building industry.
Yep.
And I'm a builder.
Yep.
So the trades are sort of working for guys like myself.
Yep.
You do have your own little clients on the side, but predominantly building, right? The cost of building's gone 50% since COVID. I think a lot of people know that. I think every single time, Les, that we get a job come through, it's all 90% of the time I'd say they're for budget estimates. Mm-hmm. We charge to do them now, so we don't just willy-nilly do them because most of the time they're a complete waste of time, and we did the math on it, and the math weren't mathing. So we went, well, we're doing all these budget estimates and everything, and every single one of them is over their budget, and we're not continuing on with these jobs anyway because there's probably another builder that's, if they're getting 2 budget estimates, the other builder's telling them what they want to hear. I'm telling them what they actually where it's going to land.
Yep.
So we decided again, revert back to charging and stuff, but it still reverts back to not one client has ever gone, fuck, that is like 100 grand less than we thought it was going to be.
Wow. I'm going to be in front. That's amazing.
Can we upgrade everything?
Do your trades work for peanuts? Fantastic. Awesome.
So the cost of building is the key factor here. So we've been quoting our asses off the last 12 months.
Yep.
And for very little return. Like we're not winning anything. So and I think most of the time there's a lot of these clients that are not building. I don't think it's because we're not winning the job. I think if a job's going to tender, I think they're getting 3 quotes that they can't afford.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
so that's why we've slowed up, bro. Like it's
on the flip side of that. Obviously, you're at the top end of the food chain, and I'm a measly little subcontracting trade that the prices for you builders. My business is probably fully exclusive to builders. Like I don't do things for people who aren't builders. A lot of people will say you're an idiot. You should be branching out and working for other people who aren't builders and whatnot. But that's the way my business has always worked. And I price a fuckload. Like I do a lot of pricing, right? Because I have like 9, 10 really good builders, all based on the peninsula, and they're the same. A lot of the time I'm giving you guys prices, and I'll touch base. I'm like, what do you think? Standing seam roofs or snap block roofs. People want the look, right? But no one's willing to pay. Upwards of 150, 200K. I priced a standing seam roof the other day. It was $285,000, and the builder almost, he goes, look, we'll see if they jump at it, but can we get a snap block alternative? I said, yep, sure. So you price that, and then that's 60, 70K less, and they still fall over. People don't realize how much shit costs, right?
Yeah,
and then that slows everything down, and then I think that kind of brings us right back to our where's your ceiling kind of question, because if you're going out there and you're winning all this work, obviously you've got to put more people on, right? You've got to have your systems in place so that everything runs smoothly. And what happens when that starts to not happen? Where, say you set your ceiling right at the top, and you're like, I've got all this work, I need all these guys. And then all of a sudden that slows down a bit. Where do you bring it back to? Where do you?
Well,
where?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? And
and I know you're saying you have a business plan. A lot of people have a business plan, but what happens when that business plan isn't business planning?
Well, isn't business planning? Well, you shift. I still have a goal. If I was to put the business plan in front of me, there's still one little area of that business plan that I'm still really focusing on, and that is to become self-manageable to a degree. So that's still my vision.
Yeah, that's your non-negotiable.
I'm never going to be able to step away from SKB completely.
Yeah,
I'm not Henley Homes, but I still believe in my heart of hearts that you can build a custom construction company and still have a couple of really important people around you to run that company for you.
Yeah,
they've got to have skin in the game.
Yeah,
of
course.
That has to happen.
Has to happen.
But that's probably my biggest goal at the moment, and I have a vision of where I want to be in 2 years with my turnover. At the moment, my company, I feel I can be another third turnover again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm turning over yay amount. I reckon I can turn over yay amount more, but without increasing my overheads, which means that
more profitability.
No, not necessarily, because it just means at the moment, and I think I speak for a lot of builders here, we're dropping margins.
Yeah, of course.
To win jobs, and when we're tendering for projects, we're speaking to the trades, we've got multiple Sparkies, we've got multiple trades that are quoting it. We're speaking to them saying, hey, listen, we all need to play our part here because we need to be cheaper. Yeah,
of course. Well, let's just a bit of a side note. Sparkies always overcharge. They're arseholes.
Well,
I know a few Sparkies. You guys are making too much money, you pricks.
Sparkies are funny because it's like that.
Yeah, well, their materials...
They're never consistent with their pricing.
Mate, their materials aren't they don't have huge overheads.
Anyway, we're not here to slag Sparkies off,
right? Sorry. I just a quick shout out. The reason why I tease Sparkies is because my brother is one. So fuck you all, Sparkies.
We've in the business. When is enough? So where is the ceiling? So I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
And if you want to scale your business up, I think I'm not a business fucking guru by any means, but I think I know enough. You need a niche, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You can't be spinning, like you said before, spinning too many plates.
Yeah, right.
And I found this out a little while ago myself about the war. A graph showed me the war zone. And my war zone, for me, is new home construction.
Yep.
That is where I find myself competing against other builders that can do the job just as well.
Yeah. But they do it all the time.
Renovations, extensions, and especially really big ones or larger scale ones are our niche. They're the ones that we seem to win and do really well out of.
Well, it's your real jam. You really love those.
Yeah, but it's not to say that we won't start winning the new builds. It just means that I focus a bit more on that. So that was another thing I learned recently that I'll put into my business plan is focus on what is working for you.
Yeah.
So, and I can do that, I feel, and upscale, still get to my goal without having to over-employ people.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a niche and you're doing work for a volume builder, your niche is going to be you're going to need to be cheap and competitive. You're going to have a lot of apprentices. Yeah. So there's going to be a contingency there for fuck ups
all the
and
time.
systems are really important. So you're going to be, as an owner of a company like that, you're going to have to be working probably really long hours and stuff, yeah?
Yep.
And the quality and the detail of your work is it doesn't matter. You're not worried about that because you're paying somebody to worry about that.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of mindset. I'm a custom home builder. I don't have that mindset.
Yeah. And you want to take your time, get it right. Everything needs to be spot on.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah, of course.
Because if it's not, it's wrong, and I'm standing there with a client and their expectations haven't been met.
Well, that's the product that you're offering them too, right? Like, you can't offer someone, you're selling them fucking,
Exactly right.
red meat, and then you give them like a shave of fucking ham or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, absolutely. Like if I have to focus my energy on the client.
Yep.
Not only managing Tom and my small group of guys that I've got now, and I will keep it small. I'll be looking to contract out my frames and the carpentry a little bit more.
Yep.
With some guys that I've got in contact with now, and looking forward to kind of building something with them. I don't want heaps of employees, man. That just makes it hard. If I've got heaps of employees, I don't get to relax and go to Mongolia for 12 days without, there's going to be, I don't want to know about it, mate. So my ceiling is, for me, I don't think I have one.
You don't have one yet?
I don't think so. Like, I just think I'm just still working on so many other things that the ceiling for me is just, I don't see it.
See, it's a funny...
I'm just doing life too much.
Yeah.
And there's all this other stuff
Yeah.
over here. The business is here feeding my life.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried at the moment about it all. And that might change in 6 months. Might change in fucking 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's all about like adapting, right? Like you got to like. It sounds very cutthroat and bit relentless to kind of say, but like it's like adapt or die, right? You're just constantly swimming through the ocean, right? Like if you stop swimming, you drown, right? If you swim too hard, you fucking you burn out. And the construction industry, I feel like, is kind of has always been like that, right? Like it's like, how hard do you go?
Do you know, it's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
I want to be that's what makes me happy is just being able to just breaststroke my way through it all. You know what I mean? I don't want to be panicking, trying not to drown.
Yep.
So that is, I'm really focused on that at the moment of just that. I'm not going to use the word balance because I don't like it. Life-work balance. I'm just living, man.
Yeah. Well, it's very. So for me, obviously, I've been at tipping point. I've been way too busy, way too many guys. Huge amounts of turnover in short periods of time, and for me, like my ceiling has changed continuously. Like once upon a time, like our trajectory path. Like I sit down with my old cheese, who is a builder with my dad. They've been building a very long time, and we I was talking with her. I'm like, 20 guys. I want 20 guys. I'm going to fucking rule the world. I'm going to fucking turn this thing on its head. I'm going to take over the peninsula. I'm going to do everyone's roofing. I'm going to do everyone's cladding. I'm going to do everyone's plumbing, right? And I was that fucking idiot. It's like, I'm going to spin all the plates. You can't spin all the plates because, like we were talking before, you're trying to spin all these plates. It's too fucking hard to keep all the plates spinning. And the guy who's spinning one plate spins that better than, all the plates you're spinning. So he beats you, right? Like every single time. And I saw this statistic and listened to this guy, and he's like, the number one killer of business is doing too many things. Because you're not doing the one thing that makes you the money good enough to continually do that. So we obviously dropped the plumbing out, which, interestingly enough, killed a bit of turnover, but up profitability because, we're putting time and energy into something that we're making no money on. And then we moved into the roofing and cladding more. And then... again, just slowly chipped it away and cut it back. And I'm in a strange spot too where like I'm happy where we're at. And like we never move off the peninsula. We hardly move off the peninsula. We've got really good builders. We only do roofing and cladding. And I'm right back down. I've whittled it right back to 4 guys. And I'm super fucking happy at that, right? Like it's easy. I'm much like yourself, like way less stressed, Wages bill isn't as huge. I don't have to worry about sending out fucking a bunch of orders for like 12, 15 dudes, like it's just like, all right, well, I only need to worry about my niche market and my boys that all know the drill, all know how we work, makes things a lot easier, right? Quality control is far better, I feel, for myself, with less people.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
it's much easier.
Yep.
Much easier, as opposed to trying to keep a hold of, a circus full of fucking monkeys that are swinging wrenches, right?
Yep. And leaving rivets and screws in the box cutters and stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And I think, like we were talking before, I think this topic's grouse at the moment because it's a constant theme in the building industry, right? And I feel like at the moment it's very relevant. Everyone I seem to talk to is, yep, I'm downsizing. Yep, I'm downsizing. A lot of people, I've talked to people as well that are like, I'm shutting up shop, I've had enough. But a lot of the people I speak to that have been, some of the guys I speak to even during the week, like they're bigger than me, and they're like trying to get back down to my size, because they feel like they don't have like the turnover, or the work's not there, or the outlay's too much, or like the risk factor too. Like I feel like the risk factor, the larger you grow, is higher, right?
Absolutely.
And I feel like social media and the world around us is bits of like has a lot to play in the current climate, right? Like for ages, everyone's like, I want to be this huge CEO type human being and fucking have everything and do everything, and I think that wanes eventually, right? Like that, that wears off. A lot of people that wears off. A lot of people are like, this is not what I expected it to be.
Or they, because we did put a dot point in here about I suppose, where is your ceiling, right? Just to drop it back just a little bit. But how do you gauge that? And how do you not be influenced by the wrong places of where your ceiling is? And social media is a huge one because I don't know about your algorithm on social media, right? But one part of mine is there's a lot of other things going on my algorithm, but one of them is business coaching stuff all the time. Yeah. And this is just my take on it. It is for the people that are, not doing the work that I'd like to say that me and you were doing through MindFit and all the rest of it. Just the constant being mindful of our decision making and everything else. Yeah. If you're living in a headspace of complete anxiety all the time, and you've got a vision of where your ceiling is, or you think where your ceiling is, you're going to be guided by this bullshit. Yeah, correct. And you're, oh my God, I don't have enough work, I'm not winning. Oh, a fucking panic button. And panic button is generally hitting, find out more about what this guy is telling you to do. Yeah. Systems is a big one. It's this systems. You got to have systems. And you go down the rabbit hole. A lot of these people go down the rabbit hole. Now, some of these people may punch out the other end of that if they pay this 20, 30 plus grand or whatever to do these things. Yeah. They might punch through at the end, but I think a lot of the time it's like a wave. It'll just go, whoosh, and then they'll be a year from now going, well, that was probably a waste of time. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people get caught in the trap. It's like, is this relative to me? Like relativity, you know what I mean? And a lot of people that are looking for an answer, right, will apply that to themselves some way or another. They'll be like, this applies to me. Yeah. I need this help, right? And like you're getting fucking advice from a guy who's never swung a hammer. Ever. Well, and that guy, look, it may work for you, but like, if he's never been in a construction company, how can he tell you how to run one? Well, let's go back to, just for a second, with you. You're really happy at the moment at work. Yep. You're doing your thing. Mm-hmm. We talked a couple of episodes about, which we're about to release, episode 2, June Gloom. You talked about your financials and stuff. Yeah. And then I suppose for you, the next 6 months, when you reassess your profit loss. Yeah. I'm really excited about it, actually. Yeah. That's going to tell you whether or not you need to make more changes, because it's one thing to be really fucking happy at work and you're like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Got to be making money, but don't you? Correct. Like, if you're not making money, then you got to go, right, well, I'm happy. And and I'm making a wage.
Yeah.
I've got all this risk.
Yeah.
And I'm only just making
Well,
making a healthy wage.
Well, see, I think this is where I was at. Like, my outgoings were too high. You know, like I had this big fucking money making machine that wasn't making any fucking money. Right, like through fucking having too many vehicles or too many guys or using wrong suppliers. Look, I won't name names, but like my suppliers, I feel are fucking ripping me off.
Yep. But you've changed all that stuff.
We changed that, like, and I feel like that's going to be a big game changer. Obviously, I dropped out a few guys, which also changes, right? Like it's that age old saying, right? Like it's like death by 1,000 cuts, right? You know, you're like, fuck, I'm taking a hit here, take a hit there, take a hit there. It's like, fuck, now I'm taking a real big hit, right? Like it's like the multiple continual hits is what gets you, right? Like, and I suppose that's what obviously put me in my headspace to go, drop it back, because like I couldn't afford this big money making machine, and I didn't really need it for like the kind of niche market that I'm trying to hit now. You know what I mean? Like it's like that age old thing, like you're hanging on to this thing that you think you need. You know what I mean? And when you finally let go, you're like, oh, hang on a second, that was actually holding me back. That was like, you know, Nico actually touched on it. He was like, you know, you're like a rocket, right? When you shoot off from the ground, you know, you got so much on you, and then by the time you hit out of the ozone layer or whatever, you know, atmospheric. I'm not a scientist. I'm absolutely rabbiting on here, by the way. You know, by the time you get out of the ozone, right, you're like a third of the rocket before it launched, right? And I feel like I've really worked my fucking ass off to hit this target market. Now I've hit this target market. I'm like, well, I don't need all this shit. You know, I'm like, I don't. I only need
What wasn't working?
It wasn't working. Yeah, it wasn't working.
So you made
some changes.
The changes you had to, but then the
adapt
next,
or die.
for you, so your ceiling at the moment is you're working on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm the same.
Your
I
ceiling,
don't know where my ceiling
is. Well, it's gotten lower.
Yeah, it's much
lower.
lower.
And so's mine. It's gotten lower. There's still one there. Has to be one there. I said, my key points of my business are still there.
Yeah.
Little ones.
Yeah.
Just my ceiling come down.
Yeah.
It's ever changing.
Yeah.
And that is why the social media systems in all of that stuff, it's not my cup of tea.
Yep.
What we do in the office and everything else, we don't run all these, and I'm only speaking for SKB here, we don't run all these programs and I need to know, you know, this and that and that and this. I don't need to know all that, because at the end of the day, that's not going to, at the end of the day for me, it's all about standing there at the end of the job, and the quality of the job is amazing. Like we have an eye for detail and all the rest. No amount of systems I don't feel is going to make me hugely profitable and still have that outcome. Yeah. That's just my beliefs at the moment. That's all.
Yep.
So I focus all of my attention, instead of with all the systems and all the rest of it, I focus it on creating that outcome, spending my time on site with the guys and constantly looking over things and going, right, that could be better. Tommy, can you speak to the painters about that over there? Or seeing it before it happens. So my ceiling, at one point, my ceiling was stepping away from that even, but it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
No.
Not at all. So my ceiling's lowered and I'm happy with that.
Yep.
And I'm okay now. And I'm happy to just keep moving forward just below that ceiling at the moment to see what comes up over the next 12 months. And then I may go back up again. You
may go back up.
Well, we've got a lot of work coming up. We're doing a lot of design build stuff at the moment. So over the next 6 months, I'm about, like at the moment, I'm at a little bit of a plateau, but for the right reasons. I'm working on other things in the background, new website, TradeFit. This takes up a bit of time. And then we're going to go up again really soon. We've just purchased another investment with me and someone else, and we're going to be collaborating together a lot more. And we've got grand plans with that, you know, where that's going to take us within the next 2 years. So I'm focusing on that stuff in the background. It's exciting. So I'm, you know, I think we've got it on here. Where do you gauge this and why? And I'm happy within my business at the moment. Are you? I think you said before you were.
Yeah, definitely. I'm content.
You're content,
you know what I mean?
and obviously there's that tiny bit of maybe the anxiety about where the books are going to be 6 months time. Sort of.
Not really.
But you'll find out in 6 months.
Yeah, we'll find out in 6 months. Like I already have noticeable changes. You know what I mean? Like I'm not getting to the end of each month over the last 2 months in a row, you get to the end of the month, you go, oh, actually, this is a manageable builder jump. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I've actually I'm okay. I don't have to drag that. I don't have to drag that supplier out. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that are dragging suppliers out. Like, I've never had to do it ever before in my life. Like, I've never had to drag a supplier out, over their terms or whatever. But I have recently because just haven't had the money. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty brutal fucking 12 months, right? Like some people had a brutal 2 years, like fuck, how many builders have gone under now? Like what are we in the last 2 years? Was it like 2,400 or some bullshit, 3,600, something like that?
I don't know. I think that
like
that's
crazy
slowed
amount.
down. Yeah, it was mental there for a while.
Yeah, it was fucked.
I mean, we picked up a bit of work, finishes for Porter Davis especially. And I think all that's slowed down now. It's highly competitive out there at the minute. Like there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of builders on the peninsula that are wondering where the next job's coming from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
It's a challenging time for everybody though. Maybe I feel I notice around me a lot of tradies and stuff are caught up in it all.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Because maybe it's because their businesses aren't in a position where they can just relax a little bit into it. They're maybe hyper focused on too much of the social media stuff and being sucked into what everybody else is doing. And I think that's a huge part of why we're doing TradeFit.
Yeah, comparing
to get the people around us, and we can try to teach ourselves that it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to be sucked into what everyone else is doing. There's that place within the business and within your life that it doesn't matter. The ceiling isn't that important, really.
Yeah, well, we've always, as human beings, I feel like a lot of us get sucked into like keeping up with the Joneses. You know what I mean? Doing that self-comparison thing.
That'll never change.
That'll never change, but I feel like it's more thrust in your face with social media, right?
Yep.
Like,
if you allow it to.
Yeah, if you allow it to, right? Like, and I suppose like doing the work helps you kind of manage that a bit easier
and see it for what it is.
Yeah, and see it for what it is.
And I'm not there to judge the system thing, this whole building coaching thing.
No.
For some people, it's amazing. They want to go and take on the world. Good on them.
Yeah, but right now, that's not for you.
No, I see it different. I'd see it from a different angle. I do. I feel that as though a lot of it is preying on vulnerable people to hit that fucking panic button, knowing that most of the people aren't suited. If there was an audit on the people that they're taking on and they sat them down and they were being honest with themselves, the people running these these courses, a lot of them wouldn't qualify.
Yeah.
If they were being honest with themselves, they'd say, mate, I think maybe you need to go and do this for another year, then come back to us and you're going to be in a mental capacity to do the things that I'm about to try and teach you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, most definitely.
But they're not caring about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Why would they?
Well, they just want, at the end of the day, people just want to make money, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Like,
but anyway, I'm not caught up in all that.
Yep.
Because I see it from a different angle, that's all. And in 2 years' time, I might not. In 2 years' time, I might be ready to do that.
You might be ready to hit that button. Like,
I might be ready to hit that fucking button and say, let's
Here's
go.
My ceiling again, bitch.
My ceiling just went from a 2.4 cornice to a fucking 4 metre vaulted fucking exposed rafters with spotted gum cladding up there and everything. At the moment, it's just that simple 2.4 with fucking cornice around the internal there. And I don't mind it. It looks all right. It's enough.
Yep.
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 You know, my heating bills are down because I'm not heating up all that air up there. And but that's how you got to look at things, yeah? As silly as it sounds. You look at things like that and you talk it through your head, and even me just saying a silly little thing like 2.4 with corners, but it's keeping my heating bills down. It kind of, to me, it kind of bounces around in my head. Makes sense.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. Again, you just go with the ebbs and flows, right?
Just going with the ebbs and flows.
Yeah, and obviously your ceiling is going to hit, is going to land kind of where you've got ebb and flow, right? Like, and I feel like if you don't adapt your ceiling and you're not going with ebbs and flows, what happens? You crash, right? Like a lot of people crash. Some people make it through, but I feel like if you don't adapt, if you just, you kind of become like the captain on the fucking Titanic, right? iceberg, shut the fuck up, mate. Bang, hit the iceberg. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it sinks. Right?
I reckon 99% of the business people that I know, all the trades, you got to be resilient to run a business, yeah?
Oh, 100%. It's one of the hardest fucking things
I
you
honestly
can do.
find most people that run businesses have got it in them to just tackle any challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it be a small one, a large one. When you create that business like we have, you do anything to protect it. It almost becomes like a child.
Yeah, most definitely.
And you'll do anything to protect it and keep it above water. I think if somebody gets to a point where they pack it all in, they probably weren't for business in the first place. Or they've done something, they've been sucked into what everyone else is doing, made all the wrong decisions and really fucked up and had to maybe bankrupt their company.
Yeah. Yeah.
But apart from that, if it's always going to be manageable, I reckon most business owners, I take my hat off to them because they're up for the challenge all the time.
Yeah.
And they just, do what they have to do to get through the next stage.
Yeah.
Without hitting panic buttons.
Yeah. Look, I think running a business, especially a business in the construction industry, is one of the fucking hardest things you could do. Like, it's hard work. Constant. Like, it is constant, I think. And I believe something that I've kind of really come to terms with recently is being just like content and equanimous in the fucking struggle, right? And if you might have a battle today that you got to overcome, you're like, fuck, I overcame that battle.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, like it's all smooth sailing now. No, it's not. Tomorrow, guess what, motherfucker? You're gonna get up.
You're gonna get another problem.
And there's gonna be another problem, and you're gonna have to problem shoot that one. Yep. And then I think it's just being content in troubleshooting the problems and like realizing that it may never be smooth sailing. And
inviting it.
Yeah, and just going, fuck it, let's just take it on, relax, just go with it.
I don't ever say, fuck, I can't wait. I wake up in the morning and go, fuck yeah, what problems am I going to have today?
Yeah.
I know that there's generally going to be something that pops up, but I'm ready to face it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I think that's really important too, right? Like what you just said then, like you went, fuck you, bring on the problems. You're not saying that. Like, you are not inviting that. Like,
no,
you're not storm chasing.
No,
you
I'm
were
not
just
storm chasing.
Ready. Like,
but I'm just ready.
Yeah, you are calm.
I'm a problem solver.
Yeah, you're calm, you're collected, you're going to go. And look, sometimes you may not be calm and collected. I know I'm not calm and collected. Sometimes I panic a bit, Like, it's okay. Like, you shouldn't whip yourself for being fucking...
Well, doing the work this is what it's about.
Yeah.
Is being able to not overreact to something that's happened and dealing with it in the way that we're learning to deal with it, changing the words. I think I've said to you before, I don't have a problem, I have an expense.
Yeah.
Instantly it feels better.
Yeah, well, you've just reframed it, right? For your
I've
brain.
been taught to do that.
Yeah.
By someone, and then I listen now for those little sayings and those little things because they work.
Yeah. Well, and not only does it work for you, it helps your team feel at ease too, right? Like, you're like, oh, fuck.
It's still important to talk to them about it. If there's a problem that could have been averted, was it because a task was done mindlessly or whatever, we learn from it. But they're always going to be there.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, but like what I'm getting at is, like, for example, Tommy or whoever you're directing, if you turn around and you go, that's okay, it's on expense, we can fix this. Like,
yeah,
kind of takes their like anxiety levels. They're like, fuck, I've had, there's a big fuck up. Like,
I haven't met Scott's expectations. Yeah.
Yeah, and you go, mate. So like, let's bring it back in. Let's calm down.
Yeah.
We just have an expense. Instantly they go from fucking crisis mode to, okay, all right, we can
problem solve this.
We can get around this. Perfect example for you. So we're doing this Rubus copper cladded wall and garage down in Sereno. And the garage door is a tilt panel door. It's heavy as fuck. Okay, and you're throwing copper panels on it, which are also heavy as fuck. They're 0.7. And the weight per square meter, I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's massively different to Colorbond. It's heavy as shit. And anyway, we've got a 15mm opening between the wall and the door. Okay, so there is little room for error. Okay, so I wanted to dress the panels over and seam it all off so that they were like sort of squash fold on squash fold. When it opened up, it would look really nice. And so I done the wall to the right, and then I wasn't there. I had to nick off and do something personal reasons, personal related. It wasn't to do with the business. And I had 3 boys on site. I said, all right, well, look, you just put the bottom panel on the garage door for me. And so I can come back and I can start the other side tomorrow. Like when because I can't put these long panels on by myself. They're like 3 meters, fucking 2.8, 3 meters long. Anyway, you can't lift copper panels by yourself. It's fucked. They're heavy. You'll fold them in half. They're soft.
Yep.
Anyway, and Paddy and Ralphie have gone to put it on. They go, mate, we got a fucking big issue. He rings me. He goes, it's not gonna. They're touching, Les. It's not gonna work. Like, what do you mean it's not gonna work, mate? He goes, fuck, mate. Like they're touching. Like it won't lift. It's not gonna happen, Les. I don't know what to tell you. I've only got bad news. I'm like, just relax. It's okay. I could really sense that Paddy was getting quite anxious, right? Because like I kind of set him this goal and thing to achieve for me when I'm not there, and he couldn't do it, right? And on top of that, what he felt like there was an impassable problem. I'm like, just relax, don't worry about it, mate. Just put the panel down. I'll have a bit of a think about it. We can fix it. It's easy. Like we'll workshop it. It's all good. Yeah, okay. Like I just don't know what to tell you though. Like I've only got bad news. So it's okay. It's all right. Like just put it down. I'll have a look at it and I'll think about how we're going to change it, how we can make it work. And after that was all said and done, I was actually thinking, I was like, fuck, like in the past, I would have been fucking blowing up at myself, at Pat, whoever's on site.
Oh, you probably would have dropped what you were doing and fucking stormed down there.
I would have fucking thrown everything out the window, right? Life would have been fucking terrible. Fuck everything else, right? And this would have consumed me, especially because these bottom panels, fucking probably close to maybe $1,000 panel, right?
Yeah,
this is expensive shit.
Yeah.
And that would ruin my day, my night. It would take that out on the people around me. And instead, I just thought, it's okay. Like we can just sit there and process it, take our time, breathe, right? And guess what? Came up with a solution. The solution was quite easy. And I'm not going to tell you all how I did it because that's the brilliance of my brain and not yours. And guess what? That tilt lift door now opens to the millimeter, brother. And it fucking doesn't even touch. But by staying calm and collected, not only did I save myself serious money, I also saved face by not having to go to the builder. Mate, I fucked up. Like we've got to pull all this off. We've got to do all this, drastic shit. And I just altered it and made it work. And I think it's important that you do stay calm and collected in that moment, right?
Easier said than done, isn't it?
It is, but since doing the work, it's a lot easier. It is a lot easier.
Well, it'll help you to make all of these decisions on all the stuff that we're talking about today. They're just little versions of what if people come on and start to join this community with us can get a feel for. Yeah. And it's just little goals like what you just said there.
Yeah. It's just a simple reframe, right? Like it's literally, that was all it was.
It was, but that little reframe that you did,
it's a huge ripple effect.
It has a huge ripple effect because massive. Next time, it'll just get better and easier and won't always work. There'll be times when you not quite have that clarity around it all.
Oh yeah, and of course, and like I'm not saying that it will always work. And like you can stay calm and collected, and guess what? It's still a fuck up.
Yeah,
and you can't fix it.
Yep.
But guess what? The people around you aren't going to suffer as much, are they?
That's the beauty of it. Just step away from it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Step away, think about it. Get the boys doing something else. I don't know. Go and do this instead for a little while. Come back to it. I'm not in the right headspace right now.
Yeah.
Even just being able to say that I'm not prepared. I'm not ready to deal with this just yet.
Yeah.
Can I leave it for a 24 hours? If the answer is yes, then leave it for 24 hours. Fucking sounds easy, doesn't it?
It does sound easy. When you like, and this is the funny thing. It like a lot of the time, like these little things are quite easy when they're pointed out, right? Like they really are. Like if you just go, hey, like when you just step back, you're like, oh,
I do it every day. Every day I go through my list of things I need to do, and if I don't feel up for it that day to do them tasks, I ask myself, is it important that I do that today, or can I delegate that job? Can Karen do this for me? If the answer is yes, I'll then pass it over.
Yeah.
Fucking problem solved.
Declutter.
Absolutely. We're at 50 minutes
50 minutes
of us talking.
of us talking
That
shit
was-
again.
that
Another
was like-
Sunday.
Man, I can't even remember what we talked about now.
What did we talk about?
Stuff.
What do we?
The ceiling.
Communication, mate.
I don't even
You
know
got-
if we
you got
made. I don't even
two
know
parts.
if we made sense.
2 parts listening, 1 part speaking.
Did we make sense?
I think we made sense. Well, we'll put it up to our viewers and our listeners.
All right. Well, I think we'll end it there. Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
We've both ascertained that we're both open to change.
Yep.
Our ceilings are
Ever
where they
changing.
are. They're
Ever
changing.
changing. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
2.4
Yeah.
corners.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm
And-
going to come in. Mine will be 7.5 meters high, and we'll be like, "That's where it's at, baby."
Well, that might happen, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you on the next episode. Enjoy the
Who we got? Have we got Nick coming in on the next episode before we finish up?
Before we fuck off, we've got Nick from MindFit's going to come in on the next one and potentially just talk us through. I'd imagine Nick will probably listen to the last few podcasts and then come in and maybe give us the guru take on the stuff that we were spitting out. And then I think after that we're going to start getting some guests in, like some like-minded tradies.
Yeah, definitely. We're open to suggestions too.
I don't know.
What do you reckon? I reckon we're open to suggestions too. If anyone actually wants to listen to someone.
But we do have we've got a third microphone, so we might as well use it.
Third microphone. And a casting couch.
And a casting. So yeah, we'll try that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
See you.
everyone. I'll see you later.
Catch ya.